To come up with something just beyond my understanding. God is beyond my understanding. Even some material things of the universe are beyond my perception. They're so grandiose. So that's why the only way to learn about it is only shruti, to hear about that from someone who knows it all. And who is it that knows everything? Well, you just have to learn it from the one that knows everything. Otherwise, what shruti is that? Let us say, learn from God. He's the source of knowledge. This is shruti. Revelation that comes from above is called shruti. All the prophets, they say on behalf of God. Sometimes they may not even know what they're talking about. They just transfer the knowledge as just like postmen, just like Bhagavad Gita or the New Testament or Quran. This is all shruti. Someone has heard something. Moses has heard it. Arjuna heard it, Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad heard it. This is called shruti, the God's revelation. And of course we understand that not everyone can hear the shruti. This should be specific people for this purpose. They come down here specifically for this purpose. They are not just born here accidentally and become prophets. They come here with this purpose. In the right time, and the right circumstances, just to help people out, just to start the spiritual activity. So that's the sense, that's the purpose of a human's life. If there's no spiritual purpose, a person is just called a two-legged animal. Food, sleep, mating, and protecting. That's all we do as biological species. So we just don't even have to solve these problems, as scholars say, food and sleep. Look at birds, they always have a couple, right? Animal always has a couple. They have no problem with that, with mating with someone. Only people have this problem. Animals, they have no problem finding food. Person has. Why is it happening to us, people? Just because we use our freedom of choice in an incorrect way. We have to make a choice in order to develop for the spiritual development, not just to compete with each other for food, for mating, for sleeping or protecting ourselves. All these politicians, all these isms in human society, but all behind these terminologies is the same four things: sleeping, mating, protecting, eating. Shastras say, if you're a person, that you have to be interested in spiritual things. This is your purpose. You're not born for hard labor, or to get married, or produce children, or to die. You don't even know why, with no purpose. All animals can do the same things. You have to be interested in the sense of your life and the meaning of your life. The Shastras give us this impulse. So there's shruti, the voice from above. It's all recorded in Holy Scriptures. Then nyaya. This is our instrument, human's instrument. This is logics. So we analyze everything that we hear from the prophets. If the prophet says, don't kill, we start thinking logically. Well, we understand that this instruction is quite supreme. So how do you understand this phrase? What does it mean, don't kill? Can I even live like that without killing anyone? Following ahimsa? Just by hearing this one instruction, we already start thinking. So I even know how to get food for myself without reading Holy Scriptures, right? To deceive someone, to make some money in a righteous or not righteous way. We don't even understand what's it like to work without deceiving anyone else. According to Holy Scriptures, we can do anything we want without violence. This is called nyaya. Researching these instructions, heard above from the above. Holy people work on that. First it comes from God, and then holy people that work on that. They work on these testaments and these instructions, and then they realize that the love to God is the supreme instruction. it includes all the other ones. The perfection of knowledge and politics and economy and family and children. If you love God, it encompasses everything listed above. And there's smriti, so shruti, smriti, nyaya. Smriti is the historical text, historical events. So I've seen it, then someone else has seen it, and then we put it down into a book, and we keep it as an experience, as a memory. I've seen it and I've recalled it, remembered it, I've memorized it. So smriti, I can see the evidence by the historical facts, and massive historical facts, and proved by logics. So you hear, then you see, and then you confirm with logics. So when you're stable, you got educated. If you get knowledge without shruti, it's all temporary, just like communism, socialism, and other isms. It works for some time, but then it goes away, it becomes deception. Everything that comes not from God, sooner or later, vanishes. Holy scriptures, they remain here for always. Vedas are like 5,000 years, Bible is 2,000 years old, but it's not the limit, because Vedas say that the Vedas are eternal. This is an eternal knowledge. It's always been here, even before the creation of this universe. Narada has asked about it to Brahma. So he says, if you are the creator, I got a question for you. It means that before you even started doing something, there had been your thoughts. So there was a period of inactivity before that. So you had to give it a deep thought. You had to know what to do, what to start with. You had to know some Vedas, some knowledge. Where did you get this knowledge from? Narada asked. In India, there's the same tradition. If you tell something to people, they will ask you, where do you get it from? Where is the source? If there's no source, I'm not going to receive any conceptions from you. There has to be an authoritative source. It should start from God. Only then is it the authority. This is called parampara. The holy name, Hare Krishna, it's all being transferred according to parampara. So we cannot develop taste with changing holy names if we don't get it by parampara. If you don't get this impulse by parampara, the spiritual impulse, don't listen about God from atheists. It's a wrong impulse. It's like there's a little fire, you pour some water on it. Quite a contrary result, opposite result. So you have to get this knowledge from the person that has already received this love for God, that has qualities of a spiritual person. Only then it's authoritative, it comes from God directly. So how do you understand if it's a real guru or not a real guru? So Prabhupada once said, one person thinks about God, talks about God, lives for God, but the other one does not do anything for that, but he thinks of himself to be God. Is it so difficult to determine? Just look at this person, his lifestyle, the way he behaves, what he thinks of, what he tells, what he says. Shastras is the basis. We get Shastras from Guru, and it's all confirmed by sadhus. In that way, from all the sides, we receive this truth. Today we've been living in a very hard time. There's some complications, of course. We, on the one hand, we receive this knowledge, but on the other hand, it's hard to understand. It's totally incomprehensible. So we keep doubting. We have knowledge, but we keep doubting. If you doubt in something, learn, study it, examine it. You can't just live without it. You can't live together with knowledge and doubting this knowledge at the same time. That's why we've been born here on this planet. We have to keep searching for the absolute truth. That's why the prophets come down here, they sacrifice themselves. They set some great examples for us, give us some instructions, just awaken us awaken this compassion toward the living beings, love to order, to truth for the living beings. They've exerted so many efforts, but since people do not listen to prophets these days, they keep doubting. So please listen to the holy name. In the society of devotees, you will have no obstacles in the spiritual life. You will always have this positive spiritual impulse of happiness to continue living in the right direction.